You have the blueprint to success, to the life you want, to anything in life that you could possibly think of and that you want to achieve, right? Everything that you want, you have the steps to, you have access to. But the reason that you get stuck on it is because your mind is cluttered, right? So stop caring about the past and about the future and focus on the present, because think of your brain like a storage unit, right? And the more things that you have, the more things that you have to take care of and think of and have on your mind, the more crowded that storage unit is going to get, right? So you have the present, the future, and then the past. That's three big things to worry about and to think about at once, right? So your brain is full just by having to think about all three things at once. So now you cut the future and you cut the past and you only worry and focus, not even worry, but you focus on the present, right? On the process, the journey, not the reward, not the outcome, not stressing about the future if you'll make it, and not your past mistakes, not what you could have done better, what you didn't do, what you can do now, right? Because then you have the mind space, you have the power to go at it, because you'll have you literally have just 2/3 more space in your brain to go at it, okay? Now, when I say that you have the blueprint to success and whatever you want, I mean that you have the tools. You know what you have to do, right? In trading, you know what you have to do to become profitable. You have to follow your rules. You don't over risk, over leverage. You don't over trade. You don't take dumb trades. You don't revenge trade, right? You take your one trade, whatever it is, whatever your rules are. You simply just follow your rules and take it day by day. Take the process by slowly, and you don't care about your P&L. You don't care about any of the results. You care about, getting good at trading, because at the end of the day, right, you're going to become profitable no matter what if you can follow these simple steps, right? And it's the simplicity of it all, because trading and life in general is so complicated if you think about it. Every single thing in life has complexity towards it. But the more you can simplify it and dumb it down, the easier it will be for you, because you just literally have less to do and less to think about. By following those simple steps every day, that's how you get to profitability, to success, not only in trading, but in life in general, right? So the blueprint is that just keep following those simple steps that you know and that you have to do every single day, every single hour, minute of your life, and then day by day, week by week, it'll stack, and you'll start to slowly, brick by brick, build the life that you want and get to the place that you want, right? But you're not going to get there by worrying about the past, the future. Focus on the present and keep it simple, because you don't have, I'm just going to be real and, honest here. You don't have the mindset, you don't have the power, the brain capacity to be thinking about anything else right now. You have to dedicate 100%, 110% of your brain and of your mind and of your frequencies and everything that you possibly have, your subconscious mind, to what you want and nothing else, nothing outside of that. Focus, because you don't have anything to waste. You don't have any time to spare. You need to do this now, right? Simple as that. And that is the blueprint, when you realize that it's the simple things that will get you there, and not stressing about the future, past, not worrying about what you have to do, how you'll get there. Because worrying, literally, there's a study on this, worrying 99.8% of the time is not going to do anything to you. Matter of fact, it'll just harm you. It's not going to do you any good by worrying about, making up stories in your head or things that could happen, might happen, that you want to happen but won't happen maybe. Worrying is not going to get you anywhere. It'll only set you back, and it'll take up your brain capacity. So the less of that you do, the more that you can focus on the things that are actually important in your life, that will get you to the place that you want to be. Now, when I followed this blueprint and I started to realize that the less I care about things, the more I get done, the more I can actually focus on. And then in hindsight, that will get me to the results quicker. And, I'll just make more money. I'll get better at things. My progress will, exponentially grow and incline as time goes on, right? Because I'm not focused on anything else but what is happening right now and what I can do in the current moment. And that's all that you need. Don't overstress it, don't overcomplicate it. Again, your brain can only take so much. So that's how you lose track and slip up and going to tilt is when, you're just filling it with nonsense, and then it gets jumbled up, it gets confused, and quite honestly, it will just crash, eventually. So you don't want to do that. You want to prevent it, and you want to protect your frequencies and your subconscious mind to believe that you have what it takes, because you do. And the fact that, you can only have so much, you can only be focusing on so much, do so much, right? What is it? 86,400 minutes in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be wasting those. Okay. So keep it simple, focus on what you know, what you have to do. And that is honestly the blueprint, and what took me from, struggling and failing and being caught up in loops and loops and loops and cycles of just failing and crashing and everything else. And then I just started following this blueprint, and I found the most success in my life, quite honestly. The money, everything. It's less about the money and more about, my lifestyle and getting to the places that I want to be. So if you can follow that simple blueprint, I promise you, you will find success sooner rather than later.